government. When this government came to power, they had about 20 to 30,000 people in the citizenship queue, so about 20 to 30,000 a year. In 15-16, that went up towards 50,000. 16-17, it's hit 106,000. And the latest figures at the end of February provided were 188,848 people, permanent residents of this country, awaiting their citizenship applications to be processed. When you prorata that for the year, they are on track by the end of this week to have 283,272 applications hanging around in the minister's black hole of a department. That's a 10 times blowout since they came to office. Now, these are not just numbers. These are people, permanent residents, living in Australia for years, working, paying taxes, their parents, their workers, there's carers, they've fallen in love, they've married Australians, they've come here on skilled visas, business visas, humanitarian visas, spouse visas, you name it. They are people who want to formalise their commitment to this country. We should expect them to do so if they've been living here for that long. We should expect it and we should welcome it. Now, the impact of the delay in human terms is appalling. Citizenship delays are the big four, as we call them in my electorate office. Centrelink stuff-ups, NBN stuff-ups, migration problems and citizenship. That's the bread and butter now in my electorate. We have every week in the foyer of my office grown men crying. That is not an exaggeration. They come in a state of hopelessness and despair. Trevor, you may laugh, member for Brisbane, you may laugh. I challenge you, come to the office and look into the eyes of the man who's been here for 10 years without the ability to go home, without the ability to see his family, without the ability to study, to complete his degree. You may think that's funny. I do not. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. How can you honestly defend a system where you have 288,000 pieces of paper in a government department queued up with no end in sight? Now, what we get told by the minister is this is a caseload issue. Well, put some more resources on it. Or there's an identity issue. Most of them are not complex, they're routine. And then we get told, well, it's a security issue. Well, they live here. They are permanent residents who live here. So if they're so bloody dangerous, why don't you just chuck them out or process their citizenship applications? Is it incompetence? Well, it could be, when you have a look at the performance of the minister's department. It could be cruelty, with Hanson coming to the parliament. It could be disenfranchisement, a secret agenda, or it's part of your agenda to create a two-class society of people living in Australia but never being able to fully participate as Australians. You're happy to take their labour, you're happy to see them exploited in the workplace, you're happy to take their taxes, but you won't let them formalise their commitment to this country. Shame on you. Most vulnerable workers in Australia, indeed all Australians who migrated here, learnt last year what you really think of them, with your racist university-level English language test. And yes, I say racist because of the little carve-out for the Anglosphere, your much-beloved Anglosphere. If you come from a white country, that's okay, you don't have to sit the test. You come from anywhere else, university-level English grammar for you. Disgusting.